Welcome to this GPuncher tutorial. This tutorial is about how GPuncher is going to detect cluster tools and how it's going to handle them. And I'm going to show you, I got a perforated area, which is from here to here, and a couple patterns of holes. So if you click on them, it just a bunch of holes, a circle 375. You can click all over, and it's just a circle, a bunch of holes. So there is no cluster tools or anything, just a bunch of holes, and our purpose is to convert it to use the cluster tool, and I do have one, and it's this one here, which is a cluster with the right spacing. It's a 375 round, 625 spacing in X, 75 3/4 of an inch in spacing in Y, and it has 5 holes in X and 40 in Y. And I'm going to create a DXF file. I'm going to call it detect cluster -1 file. Okay, the file is done. I'm going to move on to the sheet design, and I'm going to delete this part. And the option to detect cluster tools is in the setting buttons at the bottom. I'm going to click it. Sorry. And we have the option here, detect cluster tools. I'm going to turn it off. And we have another option here to keep the old geometry underneath for reference. But I'm gonna leave it there for now in the first show. And but remember the cluster tool option is off. So I'm gonna close, and I'm gonna bring in the DXF. Say DXF in file, and this is our file. I'm gonna bring it in. I'm going to place the part here, and I'm going to go to the part design, and you can see you click on the patterns, this is still a circle, a 375 circle. I'm going to click on the other one, it's still a circle, 375, and it's because the option to detect cluster tools is off. So I'm going to go back to the sheet, and I'm going to delete the part, but now I'm going to turn the option on. Detect cluster tools is on, and now I'm going to bring the same DXF in, and it's right there. You get a message that a cluster tool was found. So I'm going to click OK, place the part here, and let's go and see. I'm going to switch to the part, and I'm going to say edit, and you can see right there, that's the pattern of the cluster tool, and you can see the name. Now I'm going to click on the other one, right there. It found that area also a cluster tool, and I'm going to show you how it's going to punch. We're going to go back to the sheet, and but first we're going to assign a tool. I'm going to say auto tool, and I'm going to say auto toolet. We got auto tools, and I'm going to generate sequence. And I'm going to slow down so you see how it's going to punch. And you can see how it went and punched the cluster tool. I'm going to slow down a little bit more. And it's punching the cluster tool. Okay. Okay, so he went and detected the cluster tool. I'm going to reset the sequence, and I'm going to delete the part because I want to show you some other way GPuncher works with the cluster tool. I'm going to open the part again, the perforated area part. We got it there again. It's just a bunch of holes everywhere. Okay. Circle, it says right here, circle 375. And I'm going to erase what happened if I'm going to delete the text. And I'm going to erase also one row of holes, both ways. Let me do one more here. And let me go the other way so it catches up. Okay. So what's going to happen when the cluster tool doesn't fit all the way to the left and up? Let's find out. Okay. How GPuncher is going to handle it? I'm going to say DXF file. I'm going to save it under the same file name. Now we have a DXF. We're going to go back to the sheet and delete the part. So I'm going to make sure that this option is on to take the cluster. And I'm going to say File, XFIN, File, and Cluster. And again, we get the message about cluster tool was found. So I'm going to place it here. And I'm going to go to the part so I'll show you. And this is the cluster tool. It found all the way to, if it did feed it all the way to the right. I'm going to change the color so you see it. And the other one, it couldn't fit to the right and the left. I'm going to change the color so you see. But it left some for you to punch as a single hit. Let me change the color of this one. It's just a circle, a grid. I'm going to make some other color so you see the difference. Maybe red. And another one here that you're going to have to punch as a single hit with a 375 round. Let's do maybe this one here or this one here. And the black one, all these you're going to have to punch it as a single hit. Because G-puncher couldn't fit the only grid that he went that he can punch all the way to the left, but not all the way up, is the first pattern, which is this one here, the orange pattern. The other one, he could only fit, you can see it, this is the yellow one, and the rest, all this green and red and blue, you're gonna have to single punch it because the tool doesn't fit all the way to the left and all the way up. So that's what G-puncher does. And we're gonna show, I'm gonna go to a sheet and generate sequence. Let me make sure there's no sequence automatic by system. Oh, I need to first tool it up, so I'm gonna forget to tool it up. I'm gonna say auto tool sheet, okay, fully tool it up. I'm gonna reset sequence automatic by system. And let's see how it's gonna punch. I'm gonna slow down so we can see it. First it's punching, I'm gonna speed up a little bit. It's punching the single hits and then the square patterns. And that's it. You see how G-puncher worked with converting and detecting cluster tools. Hope you enjoyed this presentation, and if you have any questions, call Joe Torres 209-740-4682. Thank you.